Hey guys, Robert Beighton, arrowwellness.com, ARR wellness.com, only one W, don't forget that. Check out Arro Wellness for all your fitness and health needs. Anyway, that being said, today I'm going to talk about deadlifts. Which deadlift is the most important deadlift for you at the time? Okay, there's there's plenty of different types of deadlift, but really, so I'm going to focus on 5 different types. Okay, the first one I'm going to focus on is the kettlebell deadlift. Then I'm going to talk about the trap bar deadlift. Then I'm going to talk about the Romanian deadlift, the conventional deadlift, and the stiff leg deadlift. Okay, now, first I'm going to use this piece of equipment right here called a kettlebell. Okay, so I'm going to do a kettlebell deadlift. Now, before you do any deadlifts at all, before you even pick up a weight and do anything at all in the gym with regards to deadlift, check out my hinge video. Okay, my hinge video, the link will be in the description, okay? Right, if you can't hinge properly, then you can't deadlift. That's it, final. So, here's your kettlebell deadlift. Now I'm not going to talk about how to do the deadlift today, I'm going to talk about each piece of equipment and why you should be using it. The kettlebell deadlift is really an entry level for me for deadlifting. It comes after the hinge, teaching the hinge. And the good thing about the kettlebell is the center of gravity is right in the center of the body. So it's a lot easier to coach. Also, it's a lot easier to coach the shoulder stability at the top of the move. So often you get people doing a deadlift and they're coming up to here because their arms are out here. They start rounding maybe at the top. With the kettlebell itself, when we're doing a kettlebell deadlift, because it's pulling you inwards here, I'll coach to keep the shoulder blades back. Okay, so when we're in this deadlift position here and we're lifting, I lock these shoulder blades in, pull through like that. So it's like an entry level to the deadlift, and that's when you should be using the kettlebell. The next deadlift we're going to talk about is the trap bar deadlift, so often called the hex bar as well. So this piece of equipment here allows the lifter to stand inside of the bar instead of having the bar in front of your body. Now the benefit of this move is it puts less stress on your lower back. So if you've got anyone who struggles to get in a hinge position because of the flexibility of upper back, or they've got some lower back issues, this trap bar deadlift is for you. Okay. Now once again, if you can't hinge, or if you have got some serious back issues, don't be doing this stuff. Okay, but if you can do a deadlift, and I often do the trap bar with cyclists, because cyclists tend to have this posture where they lean ever so slightly forward at the top of the move. So when they go into the hinge, they tend to be this move more. The trap bar cuts that out a little bit. Now the drawback of doing the trap bar deadlift is that it's a bit more quad dominant than the other lifts, because just the position it puts you in. But also it puts low stress on the lower back because you're not as close to the floor. Okay, and the hand position at the sides means you're not behind the bar. The bar's at the side of you, and that's where your legs come into play a lot more. Okay, so the trap bar's for you. The trap bar deadlift is for you if you've got some issues with the lower back, or you want to put less stress on the lower back. And also, I'll tell you why the trap bar is good as well. It's proven the trap bar you can exert more force than a standard deadlift. Okay, so interchanging this with the conventional deadlift, that's probably the way to go. Okay, next we've got the conventional deadlift. Now, this is a sort of progression. I want you to work up to this level of doing this lift before you progress onto the next 2 deadlifts, the Romanian and the stiff leg deadlift. So, the conventional deadlift is an excellent move, nay, one of the best moves in the gym for increasing strength, for hypertrophy, and all-round badness in general. Okay, now I'm not going to talk about how to do the deadlift today, the conventional deadlift. Check my link in description. In that link there you'll see I've made a video on how to do the deadlift step by step. Okay, very extensive, so check that out first, guys. Okay, but the conventional deadlift should be used in any kind of strength program, female, male, doesn't make a difference unless you've got some lower back issues. Okay, if you've got some lower back issues, then probably it may not be for you, or going lighter may not be for you, but ask your trainer or physician. Well, the next 2 lifts I'm going to talk about together. You've got the stiff leg deadlift, you've got the Romanian deadlift. Often confused with each other, and they're very similar, and you can see why, but you get the stiff leg deadlift, people do it horribly wrong a lot of the time. Okay, now before I talk about how people do them wrong, what are they for? Romanian deadlift and the stiff leg deadlift are both posterior chain heavy movements, differing from the conventional deadlift in the flexion of the knees. So the Romanian deadlift would have a slight flexion in the knees on the way down. So our bottom position will be a lot fatter than, you know, the conventional deadlift, where we'd probably be about here. So it puts a lot more emphasis on the posterior chain. The stiff leg deadlift, we would have the knees slightly flexed, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to drive the hips back, but they're going to stay in that flexed position the whole time, okay? And that's what they're called stiff leg deadlifts. Now, you see people doing this a lot, okay? It's just awful, all right? So they get themselves on a platform, and what they do is lock the legs out, round the back off like this, and go low on the platform, okay, all the way down and pull the weight up. When you do the stiff leg deadlift, if you need to have a platform on there, then A, you've got some of the most flexible hamstrings in the game, full stop, or B, you're doing it wrong, okay? So the stiff leg deadlift and the Romanian deadlift are used only when you've mastered the conventional deadlift, and they're better for hitting the posterior chain. So which one's for you? I recommend learning the hinge first, watch my video for that. Then I reckon you progress to the kettlebell deadlift, then into conventional deadlift, and once you've mastered the conventional deadlift, then maybe play about with doing some posterior chain deadlifts like Romanians and stiff legs. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm Robert Beighton, arrowwellness.com. Like the video, turn on your notifications, and yeah, you'll never miss another video. Arrow tip of the week, have a great day.